What's up, everybody? Welcome back, and I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, bringing you your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, American Contractor, and Atlas, and they're linked there for you in the description to this video, so go ahead and check them out. Today, we're past the severe weather. We're moving now into heavy rain, flood chances for the Central Plains, where we got the remnants of that system moving out. And then up north, we got some winter weather going on. Winter storm warning is in effect for a lot of Montana and North Dakota, as well as a ton of other winter weather advisories and watches out. So we're going to cover all of that, see how far south it can move. Will it hit the plains until later this week through early next week? We'll talk about it. We're getting into our extended outlook towards the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. But before we get into the weather, guys, Weather Storm Episode 3 is out, streaming now. So go ahead and check that out on Atlas's Roofing YouTube page. Episode 1 and 2 are out as well, so if you guys haven't seen those, go ahead and take a look at those as well, talking about Derek's storm chasing, core punching, doing all that good stuff. And then Weather Storm Episode 3 is going to be about whether the Atlas shingles stood up the test of time against that severe hail that Derek's been driving through. So go ahead, check it out. It's on YouTube. Now, 24 hours of rainfall has really affected the southern plains, all right? Almost 5 inches of rain in Dallas from the past 24 hours, just from that system that's just been sitting over central Texas. Lots of folks in that yellow there for at least over 2 inches of rain, 3.25 in Brady, Texas, just shy of 2 inches in Austin. So lots of folks in Texas seeing very heavy rain. We still do have flood watches in effect down there, and we'll take a look in a second. Up north, not quite as much rain, but still pretty noteworthy. Through Des Moines, got 1.15 inches in the last 24 hours, 1.5 in KC, and close to 1 in Minneapolis, a little bit shy of half an inch in Green Bay. Again, just a scattering of some pretty good rainfall amounts across the central U.S. with this system. And then in terms of snow, if you're back behind that cold front, 11.75 inches in Minot, North Dakota. So almost a foot of snow from this time yesterday to right now. And then, 4.75 in Billings, almost 2 in Missoula. So we are still getting some pretty good snow totals through Montana, and the higher elevations are still getting a little bit more than what we're seeing down at lower elevations. So again, in terms of rainfall though, there's that system. It's really taking its time getting out of Texas, still dropping a ton of heavy rain. If you're pretty much are in and around the I-35 corridor right now, going to see a lot of rainfall and cloud cover from this. Same deal up north, getting a lot of that precip out in the upper Midwest as well as the upper Ohio Valley. Tons of cloud cover for the rest of us just from this one system. And then there's your snow in North Dakota, Montana, Wyoming. Still seeing that wintry weather in effect with that cold air behind it. So rest of the nation's going to be in a high pressure system out east, so staying warm out there. And then the desert Southwest is doing what the desert Southwest does, staying sunny and dry. 67 degrees in LA, 74 in Atlanta, staying a little bit warmer down in OKC in Texas, but getting nice and chilly if you're back in the center of that low pressure system, seeing weather cold enough for it to snow out there through Montana. So watches and warnings wise, again, got that flood watch in effect for central Texas here, San Antonio, Waco, etc. I-35 corridor with that heavy rainfall that's occurring now. Low-lying areas going to be prone to flooding as well as any riverbeds, etc. So just be aware of that as you're driving around through 35 today. And then up for the bulk of the Rocky Mountain North and the North Plains, going to see some sort of winter weather that we're keeping an eye on for today. So got a winter storm warning still in effect. If you're in that pink, additional snow on top of what we've already gotten is expected in there. Winter weather advisories on the outskirts of that. And then we got those freeze warnings in that deep purple. So that's going to be for tonight through the overnight. Temperatures in the 20s to low 30s for you guys in those freeze warnings, and frost advisories out in that Portland area for today through Friday morning. So cold weather up there is going to continue. Got lots of snow to go through Montana and North Dakota. Little band of potential sleet mix, a little bit of ice mixing in there if you guys are out along that transition zone. So you got to be careful for slick roads between that snow and rain. We got that wintry mix going on for you around the rush hour. And then as things track off to the east through the upper Midwest, going to see more rain for Minnesota, but still some snow and possible sleet moving in behind it as that tracks up into Canada through your Friday morning, and then eventually out into the upper Ohio Valley, and then a second band, storms, snow coming through the Central Plains and into the Colorado Rockies. Got some good news for you guys that are looking forward to that winter weather out there. Potential for that to sink down south into Oklahoma, the Southern Plains. We'll talk about it here in a second. Snow accumulations for the next little bit here for the North Plains and the Rockies, though, by today, by 5 p.m., still seeing 2 to 4 inches possible through eastern Montana and the Dakotas. And then as that all tracks to the east, expect to see a little bit of an uptick in snowfall through North Dakota specifically. Could see some higher totals through there by your Friday morning. And then again, not too much of a change until Saturday's round comes through, and then Colorado and Nebraska could be seeing some more snow. So if you guys are in Billings for the next 24 hours, not looking too crazy for additional snowfall accumulations. Bismarck, though, could get, over 5 inches of snow dropping on top of what's already happened, and then just shy of 2 inches in Rapid City. So still seeing potential significant snowfall for you guys up there in the next 24 hours with that low pressure system. Now, it does look like it's going to lift up as it tracks off to the east. So not much of potential to continue our severe weather threat into the eastern U.S. just because this is now pulling up to the north into Canada by Friday afternoon. We'll see what the tail end of it does, but it looks like that's kind of going to get sucked up into the jet stream as well. And then, not a whole lot of severe weather chances with the remnants of the system, just a lot of cold as that continues to shift off to the east. So we'll watch it into next week, but it's looking like a lot of winter weather on the table here for the next little bit. There's our future radar, guys. There's that Colorado round of storms tracking south Saturday, and then got that whole sleet and wintry mix area tracking into the now south central and southern plains here by your Sunday afternoon. So if you guys are down through kind of central Kansas, I want to say Wichita, but you guys are a little bit far east, anywhere out in the Oklahoma or Texas panhandles, could potentially be seeing some wintry mix hitting you guys by Sunday afternoon. Snow out behind it if you guys are in Goodland, if you're in Hastings, out through Colorado, potential to see your snowfall for late October there. And then as that all tracks to the south, should start to warm up, seeing mostly rain tracking through southern Oklahoma and Texas with snow for the northeast once we get back up into those colder temperatures. And then again, we'll watch into Tuesday what the system's going to do as it drops potentially more wintry weather out through the Ohio Valley. But there's those temperatures. If you guys like warm weather, I don't got any good news for you guys as this cold front tracks down south. Friday afternoon, going to see the starts of that. Moving down through the southern plains, 57 in Oklahoma City expected, upper 50s just generally. And then as that front drops south, could be seeing some colder temperatures on Sunday by midnight. All right, so getting that cold front pushing down south. And then there it goes into Monday. Now Texas even dropping into potentially the 40s, 40s and 50s for the southern part of the state. Oklahoma seeing temperatures near freezing by Monday afternoon. So it's going to be a cold start to next week as that low pressure system continues to spill all that cold air down into the southern plains. Ohio Valley sitting in the 30s and 40s, got some 20s on the board for Minneapolis, and then lots of cold air out through the just the Rocky Mountain West. So don't say snow. I know it's the end of severe weather season, is it? I mean, we'll see. We usually get a couple rounds of severe weather tracking through, and last winter was actually pretty active. So we'll see what happens into this El Nino winter. But yeah, we got some cold weather on the board for you guys into the beginning of next week. So here's your extended rain outlook. Again, looking pretty dry through the eastern U.S., just cold and dry through there. Possibly some rain tracking into the Pacific Northwest. But for temperatures, there you go. Good chance of being colder than normal for a good chunk of the U.S. The only place that's actually going to be a little bit warmer than normal for this time of year is going to be the whole west coast there, and the rest of us are going to be a little bit chillier than we're used to. And look at the date on that, guys. That's October 31st, Halloween, through November 4th. So we'll have more on your Halloween forecast coming up tomorrow. If you guys are doing any trunk or treats over the weekend or anything, I'll fill you in on what's going on into this weekend, and then again we'll talk more about what your actual Halloween forecast looks like into next week. But for now, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Hit See First on Facebook so you never miss a live video, and smash that subscribe button everywhere else. And then if you want to get in contact with us, go ahead and give us a call at 855-334-4245. Email us at info@hailtrace.com or check out hailtrace.com for more details. And we'll be back tomorrow with more information on all your weather risks. But for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.